I'm not doing great. In fact, I can't remember the last time I felt this bad. Okay. I think I'm going through another depressive episode. 2 days ago, literally overnight, I went from being completely fine to feeling really, really low out of nowhere. It's like this feeling, if I'm to describe this feeling, it's a sinking feeling inside, and it just weighing me down. No matter what you do to distract yourself, the feeling always comes back. And I realize when I'm saying that I sound crazy, because if you don't have mental health issues, you're not gonna get it, and it does sound crazy. This is I'm just a mess.
Well, I felt the burn since the day you departed and talked from the tomb. I'm still healing those wounds, and it holds me down, but made me a man that says f all those rules. I will be who I choose. It's a lonely road with one grip on several psalms and one grip on the gun. And it holds the road that spins me in circles and dizzies my head, then says, sleep when you're dead. Were you ever here, or just lost on a surface that at the first touch just evades into dust? And it pulls me down. It showed me my demons lined up in a sequence, forming a crowd. They were so alone, with a piece of happy home that they stripped from the bone. I did not react. I settled my grievance by crafting a mask, and I never looked back. Tell me what you know. I'm in deeper than I've ever been. I will never grow while this anchor's chained to my feet. Tell me what you know. I'm in deeper than I've ever been. I will never grow while this anchor's chained to my feet. Tell me what you know. I settled my grievance by crafting a mask, and I never looked. I will never grow. I settled my grievance by crafting a mask, and I never looked. Tell me what you know. I settled my grievance by crafting a mask, and I never looked. I will never grow. I settled my grievance by crafting a mask, and I never looked back. I'm in deeper than I've ever been. I will never grow while this anchor's chained to my feet. Tell me what you know.
I am different because I am human.
I'm different because I am human.
My sexuality does not define me.
My sexuality does not define me.
My gender is what I claim it to be.
My gender is what I claim it to be.
Society as a whole is one of those things that has molded the way that people think. I just think there's a lot of injustice that happens because people stereotype and people label. Just because you identify as something, they bring all of those kind of like stereotypical views on you, and that's why I'm very hesitant of even talking about it now. I get nauseous because it's like I don't want to be labeled or fully labeled as something that I'm not.
I think usually, especially these days with so many things going on, I think mostly I just feel scared. I don't know why, but I've just been really scared about either what people think, what other people think, which is probably the most like wrong thing to do, other people's thoughts. Or I always think about like the judgment day, but I think that's also just because how we grew up.
This whole thing about like us having to like make it known or make it like something that's like normal, it's really profound to me, because I'm like, something that comes so naturally to us and is not seen as normal, we have to explain ourselves.
It's not your job to figure it out.
Right.
It's like, I mean, we're not the type, we don't have to walk around holding hands just for you to think. You know what I mean? And I think because of probably just who I am or who I have become, like, I don't even care anymore. I'm at the stage of, I don't even care, because I cannot live my life like that. I don't even care. And even still, I would say that too, but like, there's some people who still don't know. It's like, well, do you need to know? You don't need to.
We're both very private and confidential people, and we know how our families are, we know how our communities are, and we don't share that part of ourselves fully with people. I have become stronger in my faith, but I've also learned to distance myself and create those boundaries from my family and certain people in my circle, because I know that their opinions are so heavily influenced on my decisions. I have to disconnect from them in some way, shape, or form, because although that I care about them, I have to be able to care for myself as well and my mental health.
It's crazy because I also started getting closer in my faith, and I felt different. I saw things different. And I think that's why I got this like, oh, I don't really care what certain people think attitude. Because like, you know what? If God loves me, then what else matters?
It's not us fully saying, oh, we don't care what other people think, but that's giving us permission to be who we are.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're the kind of people to be like, well, this is who I am and you have to accept it. It's like, no, this is who I am. Let's talk about it. If you want to talk about it, let's meet each other halfway, but I'm not going to have an argument about what I'm doing and how it's wrong in your eyes. And it's hard because it's like, yeah, we want to be able to just be who we are, but we still have to be mindful because we don't want to offend somebody.
Yeah. It's crazy because we can get easily offended too. Because some people were like, oh, okay, this and that, but I get offended from somebody who would be like, oh, I'll pray for you. It's like, but pray for me about what?
Right.
Because you saying that you're going to pray for me is because you think something's wrong.
Predominantly for the LGBT community, there's a lot more stigmas and stereotypes, and they come with a negative connotation to them.
And that's definitely like a person thing. It depends on who you are, how you are, how you grew up. And sometimes some people grew up a certain way, but then when you explore life and explore different things, you create your own decisions.
And that's why I strongly believe like in having genuine relationships with people and really getting to know someone for who they are and what their beliefs are and their morals and everything that they stand for, because if that is a part of our natural instinct, why is it something that we have to come out and say?
Just acknowledge who I am, who we are, acknowledge that this is a person, and without having that disrespect too, because I know a lot of people end up having a lot of disrespect with their family because of that. How you see me is not how I see myself.
How you see me is not how I see myself.
I am perfect.
I am perfect.
I am loved.
I am loved.
And I am uniquely me.
Education is not cared for as it should be in America. Education in this country is not founded on equality, but the means of oppression and systems. Education in this country is not a means contributing to nor growing the purposes of learning and understanding. My eyes have seen false hopes preached. My eyes have seen the wicked remain prevalent while those subject to oppression have become irrelevant. Racism still exists and minds are subject to brainwash. Apartheid of the poor, the need, and the minority. We have become consumed by stupidity, arrogance, and ignorance that stem from the majority. Pride debates on whom is smarter, divides and conquers us into two subgroups, ran in cycles, the superior and the inferior.
Looking out on my life, my sights in the fast lane. It's a rat race. Give me time, changing pathways. Might take some practice, take some practice, might take some practice.
My daddy said it was raining, mama said it was snowing. Heaven opened his door and born a Chicagoan. Life not knowing, laughing, learning, growing. The wind keep blowing, streets reaping and sowing. Rolling with my stolen moments and I live and die, getting by, that's the motion of shy. Free and pain are identical, intervals of an inner school lyrical. What the spirit do, miracles when I interview myself. Waiting for my soul to reply. No matter where I go, the answer is why. There goes the win again, an emblem of divine adrenaline, and I'm a sin again. Forgiveness is a synonym for living, live again. The world need a DR like the Dominican Republic. The subject is matter over mind. Life is a practice of traveling in time.
Might take some practice, take some practice, might take some practice. Looking out on my life, my sights in the fast lane. It's a rat race. Give me time, changing pathways. Might take some practice, take some practice, might take some practice.
Mountains sing songs, kings dream long. In simple acts is when the scene forms. I improv to improve and involve the been-throughs through them falls and them fools, brick walls and venues. Symbols assembled to continue. It was written in God, don't use pencils. Dimension and extensions of a man. Intention of divine intervention and a plan. Remnants of when I ran, footprints in the sand. The son of man gave me a tan, that's who I am. The emphatical, radical, mathematical. Travel to capitals, the actual fact, extract practical. I seen pain to make the day cry. It take practice, somebody tell AI. Every day I pray I stay my course, hoping my actions obey my thoughts.
might take some practice. Take some practice, might take some practice. Looking out on my life, my sights in the fast lane. It's a rat race. Give me time, changing pathways. Might take some practice, take some practice, might take some practice. Looking out on my life, my sights in the fast lane. It's a rat race. Give me time, changing pathways. Might take some practice, take some practice, might take some practice.